Hello and welcome to another episode of Spare Time Gardening with me, Simon. Here I am back in the greenhouse and we are just over midway through February. So today's the 18th of February and what I'm going to do is just have a quick roundup of what's happening in the garden. Not much has changed since the last video, to be honest, but we'll have a quick look around the greenhouse, quick look around the borders, and what we'll also do is I'll give you an update on how the transplanted polyanthus and primulus are doing. We'll check and see how the pansies are doing now, because I've also transplanted those from the rubbish soil to something a little bit more substantial. We'll have a look at the plans for 2018, so we'll be able to have a quick look at that, and also a quick update on how the first seeds are producing growth for 2018, as I sowed some back on the 4th of February, which you'll remember from an earlier video. So we're going to move the rhubarb. That's the plan for today. I'm going to move that into the veg patch whilst it's still particularly mild or at least dry, and I'm also going to plant the 2 silver birch trees that we grew from seed. They'll be 4 years old this year, so I'm going to put those now into the garden. And what we'll also do is do some of the tasks of getting ready for this year. So I'll also show you how to disinfect any pots or growing cells that you might be using. I use J's fluid, but we'll have a quick roundup of how that's doing. And if we get chance, I'm also going to start building the hotbed using the soil warmer that I received for Christmas. Enjoy. So a quick roundup then in the greenhouse. So there's the cornflowers sown in September 2017, looking great. We've got Sweet Williams looking marvellous, looking lovely those, doing really well. And in the mini greenhouse inside the greenhouse, I've just opened it, to be honest, and looking at the temperatures, we had a maximum of nearly 24. I looked in here just yesterday, that was Saturday the 17th of February, and it had been as high as 30 degrees, so certainly needs some ventilation. So anyway, sweet peas sown in autumn, looking great. The lupins still looking good, and I've still got some of my, what I call my granddad's fuchsia, sown by seed, still looking great. More lupins looking good. Down into this bit, so we've got the snapdragons at the back, some cuttings. This one's a cutting of a fuchsia. More snapdragons looking good. And then here we've got, this one is Grandad's fuchsia, sown by seed. And these are the hybrids at the back. So that's a hybrid between pink fizz variety and the one I call my Grandad's. So we'll see what happens with those, but still look reasonably healthy. And then on the bottom shelf, just some more lupins, although that one looks a little bit tired, but the others look reasonably okay. So let's have a quick look outside. So veg patch, as you'll see from plans in this video, we're going to worry about plans of what we're going to sow and where, but down here, down this bit, I'm going to move the rhubarb. But yeah, nothing much happening on there just yet. So, bottom border, here we are, rhubarb, this is going to be moved. Then we've got the, oh there, just noticed some crocuses just starting to flower. Some little Tate daffodils. Some more crocuses just showing their colours, and I believe there is the first signs of the alliums starting to grow. And if I'm really quiet, the blue tits just joined me. I don't know if you can make him out. Just hiding in the bush. So while we're leading to it, down here we've got the hellebores, lovely in flower, and here, just at the back, are the bluebells, just starting to poke their head through. But there's a real sense of spring and growth. So exciting times. But nothing much happening, so let's crack on with a few jobs. Right, so we're going to clean the pots then. So we're going to use some Jay's fluid. Just put a capful of that into some water. Just put it into a bucket of warm water, and we're going to wash all these pots and some of the seed trays so we can start using them for this season. It's always best to use Jay's fluid because it's a disinfectant, so it'll kill 99.9% of germs according to the tin. You can clean greenhouses, plant pots and tools, which is great. So we're just going to give them a bit of a wash. Make sure you wear rubber gloves. I'm going to put some rubber gloves on, and then we'll give them a good wash and a rinse, and then we're all ready to go for the season. I'm also going to wash the halos for the tomato plants and also the hanging baskets, because those will also need a bit of a wash. I'm just going to start with the hanging baskets. Give them a good brush first.
So we'll just have a quick update on the first sowing of 2018. So here we have lavender sown on the 4th of February. Today is the 17th of February. No sign of lavender yet, but it can take a while. Here you'll just see the first signs of lobelia crystal palace, just starting to poke their head through. Again, sown at the same time on the 4th of February. If we look at the other one, again all sown at the same time, 4th of February. Here's the geranium mixed, all doing really well in the heated propagator. And the petunia, so on the right hand side of this tray you've got petunia bedding mix, and on the left hand side is the multifloral, but no sign at all of those. So I'm not sure if we'll see those. We'll leave them because they can take up to 21 days, so we'll leave them in there and see if anything happens. But the bedding mix have gone crazy and will need transplanting very soon. So whilst we're in here, let's just have a look at plans for 2018 on the veg patch, all drawn out and ready now. So we'll have lettuce, a succession of lettuce grown at the top end towards the back of the garage. Just put in 3 courgettes in this year. Last year I did 5, and you'll know from previous videos they do take over the plot quite a bit, and I was overrun by courgettes, so I'm going to reduce the number of plants just to 3, which should be plenty for me to eat. 2 rows of peas, so we're going for some more peas because I do like those. You'll notice I've got rhubarb, so rhubarb just down here. I'm moving that from the bottom border and putting that into the veg patch. That's going in the corner, and then we'll have 2 rows of red onions, red baron, and I'm going to continue to grow beetroot because again I do like roasted beetroot with roasted courgette. And they always say you're better off growing what you eat. So let's have a look at some seeds I recently bought. So just some sunflower, the little Leo. These are small plants. I'm going to grow the giant ones, but I thought I'd grow some tiny ones. Some more lobelia. This is sapphire pendula. Some more dahlias, the dwarf double mix, although I have got the dahlias that I've saved, and you would have noticed in earlier videos how to save the tubers. And some pansies, and I've also had an order return from Thompson & Morgan, so I've gone for some marigolds. I'm going to try celery this year because I do like celery. Some more cucumber, so these are the Diva variety. Those are going to go in the greenhouse. And then I've gone for chili, basket of fire variety, so chili peppers. And grow those, my sister-in-law likes those. And then we've got some giant hybrid mixed dahlias, because I do like dahlias. Some cascading petunias for the baskets. So I've got some petunias already in the heater propagator, but I'm going to sow some cascading ones for the baskets. This one is
Tomato super sweet. I'm going to grow Moneymaker and Sweet Aperitif this year, 3 plants of each. This one was just a free packet with the order, so worth saving. Dahlia Dwarf Cactus Mix, and I believe the last one is it's Dahlia Pom Pom Mix. So Pompone Mix, so one that looks like little pom-poms. Again, so you'll notice, if you keep watching throughout this year, we will have lots of dahlias in the garden. And let's have a quick look now at some of the plants I've transplanted. So you might remember in the earlier video I transplanted the polyanthus and the primulas into bigger cells because the soil that we had before wasn't particularly good. I'll not name the variety, but I was very disappointed. These have been in just 2 weeks and already are putting on stacks of growth, which just goes to show that actually the quality of compost is what you need to be a good grower and good gardener. So again, all of them doing extremely well in just a couple of weeks. So I did the same with the pansies. Again, they weren't doing particularly well, but I've already started to put on masses of growth. These were bought in October 2017 and didn't really do much. But now I've transplanted them, they are putting on stacks of growth. So again, it is all down to the compost you use, even to the point where now, there you go, we're going to have first flower on our pansy. So, if there's a lesson to be learned, don't buy cheap, buy good quality compost. Although having said that, the compost I've bought here is Wilco's. It's 50 litres multi-purpose compost for just £3 a bag. You can't really go wrong with that. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. And please feel free to leave your comments and feedback below. I'd love to hear from you, so don't be shy, and of course I'll reply. See you soon.